Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you're welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by again. You guys already know that I love you with everything in me. As you guys could see in the caption, this is a detailed step-by-step makeup tutorial. If you're interested in this video, let's get right into it. Right, so we're just going to get right into the video without wasting much of your time. We're going to be doing our brows first. I feel really good about my brows today because it's all done, it's all trimmed, and I just have my perfect shape right there. So guys, before you draw your brows or before you even get into your makeup, just make sure your brows is properly trimmed. So for our brows, we're going to be using the Davis pencil in the shade number 3. If you guys have a recommendation of good eyebrow pencil, just link me up with it. And we're going to be using a spoolie just to brush our brows in place. Before we draw our brows, you want to make sure to lay your brows in place using a hair wax or a brow gel. We use like bar soaps to lay our brows in place, like I did it too. And sometimes when I remember, I'm just going to laugh. You want to make sure to brush up your brows properly. After we're done laying our brows in place, the next thing we're going to do is to set our brows using a setting powder. You want to set your brows so that it will be easy for you to draw your brows. If you draw on a wet brows, it's just going to mess it up. Like, you're not going to get the shape that you want, and you just keep shading and shading and shading, and your brows will just end up looking so artificial and bad. To set my brows, I'm going to be using the Revolution Beauty setting powder in the shade Banana Deep. So I'm just going to get it on my powder puff and just press it into my brows. Then we're going to go in with our Davis pencil in the shade number 3. You want to make sure your pencil is properly sharpened before you draw your brows. While drawing your brows, you want to make sure to follow your natural brow line. You don't want to overline or underline your brows. You want to just follow your natural brow lines. Just going to draw hair-like strokes at the outer part of our brows. You want to make sure to free your hand. You don't want to like apply too much pressure on the pencil. As you can see, we're done with this our brows, so we're just going to apply the same technique to the other part of our brows. So we're done with our brows. I'm just going to go ahead and clean up my brows, and to clean up my brows, I'm going to be using this cream concealer palette. I would advise using a liquid concealer as beginners because it's going to be really easy for you, but it's the same technique, just that liquid concealer is a lot more flexible to use. But then I'm going to be using my cream concealer palette, contour and concealer palette, to clean both the down part of my eyes and the upper part. So we're going to be using a flat brush, a really flat brush. I went in with this shade just to clean the upper part of my brows, basically. So after that, I'm just going to go ahead and blend out the concealer on my brows using a fluffy brush. I'm just going to tap it inside. I'm just going to push it in. After blending it, I'm going to set the concealer using my lightening powder. It's an under eyes brightening powder. I'm just going to use that to set my brows. And then I'm going to go ahead and set it with my setting powder because I don't want my brow bones to start creasing in, like so. So I'm done setting the my lower brows. I'm just going to go ahead and blend the upper part. I blend the upper part of my brows last because it's like a dark concealer. Right, so we're done with our brows and we are just going to go straight into our skin work. Starting off, I'm going to be moisturizing my skin again using the Kosar X SS all-in-one moisturizer. This moisturizer is really good and it helps keep my face moisturized all day. I'm going to just, yeah, like this. Moisturizing is going to be priming, and for primer I'm going to be using the SheGlam Good Grip primer. This primer is really good. I have been using it for a while now and I'm not even regretting anything, and it's really affordable as well. It helps keep your makeup in place all day. If you've used the ELF primer, then you know the job that this primer does, because they basically does the same job. After all of that, I love to go in with my ELF Glow Drop. This glow drop is beginning to become like one of my favorite makeup step. Like, I love to apply it on that area of my makeup. Please, you can skip this part because it's not all that necessary. I just feel like it gives me this extra glow. That's why I use it. Yeah. After bronzing my skin, I'm going to go right into foundation, and for foundation we're going to be using the ELF Glow liquid filter. This foundation is really good and it can also serve as your concealer, but I use it for foundation. I've actually never used it for concealer, but it states on the bottle that that it can also be used as a concealer. So I'm going to also blend that out using my beauty sponge. Blender gives like really. That's why I hate to do my brows. After blending my foundation, I'm going to go ahead and apply my concealer. And for concealer, I'm going to be using the HNB airbrushed concealer. While I allow my concealer to sit for a bit, I'm just going ahead and contour my face. I'm going to be contouring my cheekbone, my chin, my forehead, and my nose. I'm also going to be using the same contour palette I used to clean my brows. I'm just going to be picking up a dark shade because I'm going to be using a concealer brush. It's a small concealer brush, but it gets the job done. I'm going to just use that to blend my concealer around before going in with a beauty sponge. But if the beauty sponge works for you from the beginning, then why not? Right, so I'm done highlighting my face. I like to go in with a pressed powder before I go in with my setting powder. I just feel like going straight into your setting powder is just going to build up layers in your under eyes. So you want to go in with a pressed powder, just press it onto my skin. That's simple. So after that, you want to go ahead and set your face using a setting powder, and I'm using the Revolution Banana Dip setting powder. I like to use my beauty blender. I'll just press it into the setting powder, press it at the back of my palm. The next thing we're going to be doing is to bronze my nose, and for my nose bronzing, I'm going to be using this little angled brush, and I'm going to be using a bronzy color from my powder palette. As you guys can see, it's a really big powder palette. I'm going to be using this bronzy powder shade from my palette just to bronze my nose and to give it a little bit of shaping. While bronzing my nose, I'm just going to extend it into my brow line because I don't want there to be demarcation between my nose and my brow line. So after that, I'm just going to go ahead and set my whole face using this big powder brush in my powder shade from my powder palette. Set my whole face, set my nose. The last thing I'm going to be doing is to apply blush, and for blush I'm going to be using this e.l.f. blush, orange shade blush from e.l.f. I like to. So guys, we're done with our skin work. We're done with the skin. I'm just going to go ahead and seal everything up using my e.l.f. Dewy Power Grip setting spray. It's a really good setting spray just to seal my whole skin work together. So we're going to go straight into our eye work without wasting so much time. I'm going to be going into my Blossom eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to be picking up this dark brown shade. I'm just going to blend that into my eye crease like so, like this. It's so pigmented, guys. I'm going to be packing this neutral color onto my eyelid. After that, I'm just going to use a little brush just to get into the inner corner of my eyes like this. Transition shade, I'm going to be using this dark orange shade. Here, right here. So I'm going to go over and blend it out properly using my eyeshadow brush, the same crease brush I used in applying the brown shadow. So we're done with the eyeshadow. The next thing is going to line my eyes. I'm going to be doing my wing, and I'm going to be applying eyeliner in my tight lines. I'm done with my eyeliner. I'm just going to go ahead and apply mascara to my eyes. I'm going to be using my Melanin highlighter. So I'm going to be sealing everything up using my Revolution Super Oud setting spray. I'm going to be spraying that generously on my face. Okay guys, this is the finished look. I hope you guys love it. I really loved how this thing came out. To think that I didn't really have like a vision of the eyeshadow in my mind before putting this through, but guys, I really love how it came out. Do let me know what you guys think about this look in the comment section. Do let me know if you love it. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'm going to see you all in my next video. Okay, bye.